Welcome to the Man-Child Chronicles podcast, where four friends talk entertainment, fatherhood, and sports, all with sarcasm, comedic timing, and a healthy dose of toxic masculinity. Let's welcome our hosts, Ryan, John, Mike, and Jay. Growing up never took so long.
Hey, welcome into the Man-Child Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, here with my three best friends, Michael, John, and Jay. And we're back after a long hiatus. And tonight,
what happened?
Thanos snapped his fingers. But let's go over what we're doing tonight. We are doing Movie Roulette review. Everybody had plenty of time, even Mike, to watch Velocipaster.
About that.
We're going to do a little Man-Child trivia.
10-minute movie.
Fantastic movie. And we are going to do something with 80s SNL, the best of. We shall see when we get there. Not only have we been gone for 4 weeks, we've barely talked for 4 weeks. So...
podcasting is where friendship goes to die.
I guess. It's probably the least amount in our chat room we've ever had in 4 weeks.
In 5, 6, 7, 10 years.
I'm so confused. I gotta break the fourth wall here for the audience. I feel like I've been awake for like 15 minutes. I took a massive poop in the bathroom. I roll in to sit down and stroll and just like, hey, look at my friends are here. We're going to get caught up. And Mike's like, we're going live in 30 seconds. I'm like, what? Why are we? We haven't even said hi. Hey, John. Hey, how's it going, bud? I haven't even got to say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
I mean, we have to set the stream ahead of time. So you have to set a time, and we always say 8 o'clock Central. And so, like, when it's set, like, I'm watching the countdown go.
Oh.
And, yeah, we've been doing that for, like, you know, other than the blip, we've been doing that for, like, 2 months.
Oh. Anyways, my anxiety is high.
We really need to refocus our priorities. I don't know when podcasting went below family and work and everything else. This is supposed to be the number one priority. Nothing else should be above this.
Nothing else.
Wives and kids be damned.
How did it all start? Like, where did it go wrong?
You went to WrestleMania and then had surgery. So I'm putting 100% of the blame on you, Mike.
100%.
I have chat threads that would say otherwise. You guys were like, hey, should we do an episode tomorrow?
Hey. We were ready to roll.
Ryan, what happened to you that one weekend and you just had to bow out? What broke? I remember something broke.
Oh, something at my work, a sprinkler head broke, and it was very fun. I was worked
that's right.
A very long 3 days in a row. Very fun.
That's right. It was like, how many gallons of water do you estimate was pouring out of the ceiling?
More than I've probably drank in a lifetime. Pretty close.
It looked like the Pacific Ocean opened up above your store and was just pouring in. Yeah. I was waiting for like sharks and alligators to start popping out.
I wish we could show the video because
who rolled this in Jumanji?
Yeah.
It was pretty gnarly. Like I don't know if anybody out there has ever seen like a sprinkler head break, but imagine like a fire hose off of a fire truck, but straight down. And just pretty much unlimited supply. And the water's not normally clear at first.
Nope. And you would
usually pretty brown.
You would think there wouldn't be that much that could come out of that little hole, but it is amazing how much can come out of a little hole.
Yes, it is. It certainly is amazing.
But yeah, that was a fun day. That ruined that day. But I don't even know if that day was going to happen, to be honest with you. I think everybody used me as an excuse not to do that day.
Probably.
Well, John, don't nod your head.
Let me tell you this. Before that happened, I got my tonsils out, and I had like them cut stuff out of my nose.
You still don't sound the same.
I'm probably not going to. I don't know how in the world your voice can go higher than mine already was, but I can't grow a beard. Now my voice is higher than it was before.
You sound like a teenager.
Hi guys. Hi guys. But they say don't get your tonsils out as an adult. They're right. It is not good. It is not good at all. It was a rough because it's like a bait and switch. The first 4 days, your body doesn't even realize what happened. And so you're like, I'm a little sore, but this isn't that bad. And then day 5, it's just like, and then like everything hurts. And here's the thing. Everybody wants to focus on the throat. It's not the throat pain. The throat pain is like strep throat. It's not that bad. It's the ear pain. The ear pain. So
From
like
your wife talking to you the whole time, or what?
Yes. Oh my God. But what happens is, the only way I can describe it is, every time you swallow, it's like somebody's got an air compressor hooked up to the back of your head, and it feels like your ears are going to explode from the inside out.
Oh.
And every time you swallow, it gets like there's more and more pressure that builds up. So it's not a stagnant pain. The more you swallow, the harder the pressure is.
Did that give you like vertigo and stuff then too? Because
No, but I couldn't eat or drink anything. So then, like on day 10, I ended up getting dehydrated and started throwing up, like with all this raw carnage in my mouth. So then I had to go back to the hospital, get plugged into the matrix for a while. Oh, it was not good.
You sound so stupid. Your voice is so high, I can't get over it. I have to do double takes looking at you like, who's talking right now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what you used to sound like.
There's your original voice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Poor Mike.
I know, poor Mike. But
So, hey, originally, why did you have to get your tonsils removed?
so here's why. They were freaking huge. They like
That's what she said.
It's the only pair on my body that was big. But so they were. If you guys, after this episode, I got distracted by my own joke. After this episode, everybody needs to go look in their mouth at your tonsils. Your tonsils should only take up like the side, like 20% of your mouth. Like you should see them, like these little, little fleshy things. But mine were almost touching, like they were so close together. And the reason the reason I got it was because I had gotten obstructive sleep apnea. And so since like the fall, I've had to sleep with a CPAP machine, and it's been terrible because I have to travel semi-frequently for work and like all this stuff, and carrying the machine with me and all the things around it. And I was like, I am not doing this for the next, 50 years, probably more realistically like 30, but I'm not doing this for the next 50 years. And so I was like, cut them out. And so far, like since like day 3 after the surgery, I haven't slept with my machine. So it was miserable, but mission accomplished. But yeah, that's where all of the blip started, was, the producer being out. My sister says that it's genetic. Hers are big too.
Whoa, what are you looking at your sister like that for, Mike? Jeez.
But my son's got giant tonsils too, so.
I want to bring my son in here and see if your guys' voice matches. All right. Well, anybody else have to do anything fun? No, I can't match any of that.
I was about to throw that up there too. That's hilarious, Stephen Cash.
Stephen Cash knows what's up. Oh man. Well,
All right.
what are we doing?
You take a lot more in your mouth now, Mike.
Yes, I can actually eat a lot faster. I
Good
can
job,
eat a lot
Mikey.
faster. Yeah. But
All right. Well, should we get to our movie roulette review?
Absolutely.
yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the movie roulette bumper, and then I'm going to play the trailer for Velocipaster again. So
Thank you.
we'll see you right around the corner.
Are you feeling lucky, punk?
It's time to play Movie Roulette. Brought to you by the Man-Child Chronicles.
They followed me home. The Velocipasta. A troubled priest.
How long has it been since your last confession?
Oh, it's been about 2 years. I do drugs, sell drugs, murder people. The Velocipasta. A beautiful girl with a dark past.
Last night was amazing.
What are you talking about?
The time you turned into a dinosaur and ate someone.
What?
Dinosaurs.
You guys talk all the time about helping people. This might actually be the first time in your life you can.
By what? Killing people?
Yes!
Show me I mean anything to you. Show me you got better shit to do. Show me I'm the one disfigured like the mad caress that trigger. Show me I mean anything to you. Show me I mean anything to you.
The Velocipasta.
That's insane, Doug. God does not want people dead.
Oh, I think God wants a lot of people dead.
My heart is happy. That is the best preview in the world.
So, if you saw our episode a couple weeks ago and you chose to watch the movie, fantastic. Welcome. If you didn't watch the movie, pretty much everything in that minute and a half is all you need to know to enter into this conversation with us.
Well, let's get into our quick review. First of all, on the preview, again, I want to point out kudos to Jason Statham for narrating those previews. Okay, first of all, this movie's hilarious. The special effects are tremendous. The way they use mannequin head props is fantastic. I want to talk about a couple of plot holes in this movie that they missed.
Oh, really?
I didn't see any plot holes in this.
So in the beginning, this pastor wants to go find himself or whatever, and his head pastor tells him he needs to get away for a while, take a vacation, whatever. Huge driving montage. He's just driving. Next thing you know, he's in China. He drove to China.
That looks like
We're going to China.
That looks like the trees behind somebody's house in Missouri, by the way.
The other plot hole, he's a pastor, okay? He's hanging out with a prostitute. They wake up and they fight off 3 ninjas with karate. They are better at karate than trained ninjas. So that was interesting. I loved the head pastor's backstory that came out of nowhere from war when every single person that he knew blew up right in front of him or in his hands.
But we can't look past. The movie had it was like a $5,000 budget or something like that. And so in the beginning of the movie, we don't know it at the time, but his parents are getting into the car, but they didn't have the money to blow up a car, so they just put text on the screen that was like special effects car blowing up.
FBX shot, car explosion.
And what's funny is I kind of appreciated that more than an actual explosion. I was like, oh.
It's just a regular car in the middle of the street just blows up.
You know what? I wonder if I can
would
pull
love
this up
movie.
live.
What'd you say, John?
Man. So when that scene happened, that's when I fell in love with the movie.
Yeah. That was so
FBX car explosion. I went, this movie's phenomenal. This is the best movie.
And that fight.
They knew what they were doing. They weren't trying to make a good movie. I'll tell you that. And that's what they really just leaned into how stupid this is.
No, I think I can pull it up here. Hold on, I'm gonna try. How do I want to present?
How do I live without this movie in my life?
Slide screw. There's a way that you can just pull open a tab, and I'm trying to share screen, tab, watch Velocipaster. Perfect. Okay,
watch
you guys
the
can
whole movie.
Mom and Dad!
Carl.
No!
The way his
fantastic. It's
and then
just
the costumes
beautiful
in this movie, like the priest robes that look like, they're just the tie-on.
There's
strap
one
on the
scene
back, the cheap
where
Halloween costumes.
you can. I think his name's
phenomenal.
Father. Was it whoever the it's because Doug's the guy's name, but the head father guy. There's one scene where they're in like the parish or something, and you can see it safety pinned behind his neck. It's really funny.
So what I brought were actually review titles because many people have watched this movie and reviewed it. So I brought some of my favorite ones I saw. Wonderfully Dumb and Funny. This one's for Ryan. Don't expect Hamlet or Gone with the Wind.
Way better
Absolutely horrible. Please go watch it now. One of the finest cheesy B movies ever. Are we sure it's not a C movie? I'm so happy this movie exists. 10 stars, absolute garbage, A+ must watch. More realistic ninja fights than have ever been filmed before. And if you want a legit stupid dino flick, here's one that finally pulled it off. So I mean, people know how dumb it is, but you can't help but just freaking love it. It's hilarious.
I don't know if there's anything in the middle of the movie that we need to talk about because it was, just developing the plot and whatever. But I died laughing at because throughout the movie you don't see like the full Velociraptor. You don't really get the full taste of it until the end. And if you guys don't mind, we can just jump to the end.
Yes.
And
Like
I'll
a
reveal
hunchback T-Rex.
Humpback T-Rex. It was a Quasimodo looking T-Rex.
All right, so here's this is the big crescendo final boss fight. We're at the very end of the movie where we see the Velocipaster in all of its glory. So here we go.
I believe in a higher power, but praying right now will never save.
You're alive!
Oh, sorry.
The fake art.
Okay. Okay.
Steven Spielberg, eat your heart out.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that about sums that movie up.
Yep.
I would also like to point out the 80s exercise training montage.
Oh, yes.
To get him ready to be a raptor, which makes no sense.
Did anyone's wives attempt to watch it with them and then just bowed out?
Nope.
Mine only made it like 10 minutes and was like, I can't. I'm not doing this.
Nose goes.
I was like, what's wrong, babe? This is hilarious.
It looks like rated R Barney running around. Oh, Stephen Cash. Stephen Cash.
I love you. All right. Well, let's take a quick commercial break. Mongoose, mongoose, mongoose. And we'll be right back with some trivia.
Damian Priest now has the world title. Cody finished the story to take home the undisputed title. So the question is, which one are you taking home? We're giving you your pick. Just make sure you've subscribed to the Wrestle Chat podcast on YouTube. That's it. Once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we'll draw one winner who will take their pick and take home their own WWE replica title. If you've already subbed, be sure to tell a friend. The quicker we get to 10K, the quicker we draw a winner. Take home the gold with the Wrestle Chat podcast on YouTube. Subscribe today.
Oh,
I want one of those frickin' belts.
I have to bring up Wrestle Chat here for a second. Mike, stop me if you have to stop me. So if you like wrestling and you like cringy interviews, go on YouTube, find Wrestle Chat podcast, and watch Tony Khan just got interviewed by the Ant-Man. It is the cringiest. Tony Khan is so cringy in this video. It's hilarious.
Here's the thing. Tony is like very clearly one of the nicest human beings on the planet. And like, he loves wrestling. He loves what he's doing. He's just so stoked about it. But he's not really an in front of the camera guy per se. No. And so it was really cool watching that interview, because you can tell he's like super stoked to be there, but he's like every sentence ended with tonight on AEW Dynamite on TBS.
Yes. No matter what the question was.
Tony, how's the weather looking for you today? I'm here in Florida. Things are looking really great, but you know what? Not as great as what's going to happen tonight on AEW Dynamite on TBS. So, yeah.
Oh, that's
not the smoothest talker on the roster, but his excitement is infectious.
It's like that Wayne's World clip, and he just keeps pulling up the AEW stuff.
Yes. That's exactly what it was like. All right, let's play some Man-Child trivia.
It's time to play Man-Child Trivia.
All right, cronies. Man-Child Trivia. We each pick a topic. Go around the room. Tonight, I am going to do Name That Movie trivia. So John will probably kill everybody in this.
Jay?
Oh, are we flipping up the order today?
I thought we were just announcing what we were doing.
Okay, yeah. Usually John's next. I will go today in honor of May the 4th be with you. I'm doing Man-Child Trivia, Star Wars.
Okay.
I'm doing trivia called Who Am I? Who Am I?
Okay. And I will be doing trivia surrounding Sir Nicolas Cage.
Okay. All right, I'll get it going here. Name that movie. Here we go. John. This movie is directed by
John. Are we all calling in?
Yeah, call signs.
Call signs.
Oh, I thought trivia we go.
No, we do call signs.
It's call signs.
Oh, okay.
Call
signs.
Call signs.
All right, my call sign is brother.
Yep.
Ah! work the same anymore. Wow, that felt different.
All right, question or number one clue. This movie was directed by Tom Shadyac. Shadyac.
A lot of movies by Tom Shadyac.
Anybody want to guess? No? Okay. Number two, this movie was released in 1994.
Does anybody notice that he's playing actor or athlete?
I feel like that's what he's doing.
That's what he's doing.
It's totally what he's doing.
But I'm okay. I'm here for it. I'm just
loving it, Ryan.
Just
loving
name
the
that movie.
energy.
Name that movie. Anybody got a guess? Okay. Next. This movie did $107.2 million at the box office.
Yep.
John?
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
You are correct. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Ding, 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 ding. Good job, John.
I'm going to be surprised if John doesn't get all these.
All
right. Next.
Tracking my points, Jay.
No, I'm running the banners.
This movie is directed by the Coen brothers. Released in 1998. Did $47.4 million at the box office.
Yep.
Okay, John.
Is it Big Lebowski?
It is The Big Lebowski. Okay. Last.
Good job, John.
For John's game. This movie is directed by Todd Phillips.
Okay.
Released in 2003.
Yep.
Go ahead, John.
Old School.
Oh my God, I hate John.
He's so dumb. I've never seen such a useful autism before.
We've all got autism. We've all got autism. What? Gosh dang it. Good job, John.
I didn't even get to the actors. All right, John, you're up.
I'm up?
Yeah.
All right, mine's going to be very, very challenging.
What's your category, John?
What's that? Who am I?
am I?
So I basically wrote down a list of movie characters, all portrayed that one actor has portrayed. And I'm just going to name the movie character going down this list from hardest to easiest.
We have to name the
whenever
actor?
You guys are ready to ring in.
So we name the actor who played all these
You name the
characters.
actor. I'm naming the movie characters.
Okay.
So clue number one, Joe Bang. Joe Bang. Clue number two, Alex West. Alex West. Clue number three, Jake Loringen. Jake Loringen. Clue number four, Michael Bloomquist. Michael Bloomquist. Clue number five, Detective Bignon Blanc. Michael.
Woo! Knives Out.
What?
The actor.
You named the actor.
Oh, it's Daniel Craig.
Correct, Michael. Correct.
Good job, John. Good job, Mike.
All right. Here's the next list. Number one, Cosmo Corbono. Cosmo Corbono. Number two, Ray Quick. Ray Quick. Number three, Jack Carter. Jack Carter.
Brother.
Ryan.
Sylvester Stallone.
Correct. Sylvester Stallone.
Is that the Expendables?
Jack Carter was Get Carter.
Get Carter.
Get Carter.
Nobody.
I don't know who Cosmo was.
Why can't you guys laugh? Okay.
All right. Actor number three now. Number one, John Triton. Number two, Danny Fisher. Number three, Christopher Smith. Number four, Jacob Toretto.
Woo!
Jay.
That's John Cena.
John Cena. The next clue was John Cena Stone. All right. Next actor here. Number one, President James Marshall. Number 2, Henry Turner. Number 3, John Book. Number 4, Richard Kimball.
Oh, brother.
Ryan.
Harrison Ford.
Correct. Harrison Ford.
Air Force One.
The next two were Jack Ryan and Han Solo.
Nice.
All right, let's see how we do on this one. I think this one might be challenging. Maybe Mike's gonna get this one.
The Fugitive was Richard Kimball.
Yep. Number 1, Vivian Ward. Number 2, Maggie Carpenter. Number 3, Tess Ocean. Michael.
Julia Roberts.
Correct. Number 4 was Tinkerbell. Number 5 was Aaron Brockovich. And if nobody had it, I had for number 6, it's effing Julia Roberts.
Why did you say that I would get that?
Because you are a Julia Roberts movie guy.
Because
you don't remember
the
that?
Ocean's movies for some reason.
Oh, I do like the Ocean's movies, but not because of Julia Roberts.
So I figured when I got to Tess Ocean.
But she doesn't hurt anything.
All right, last one here. Final actor.
His voice.
Number 1, Josh Baskin.
Brother.
Ryan.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Wow.
Nice. Movie big.
I'll tell you what, podcasting is hard. We went into this segment with a certain number of viewers, and we have gone down by 80% since this game started. Let me tell you why we suck as a podcast.
People just wanted to get the Velociraptor review.
For those that stuck around, thank you. All right. So I prepared under the rules of trivia, not so much actor or athlete. I'm great with how everything landed. I enjoyed those segments.
Michael,
but
what's your segment called?
Nicolas Cage trivia.
Thank you.
All right. I don't have any clues prepared, so we're going to see how it goes. All right. Question number 1. Name the movie that this quote is from. Nicolas Cage movie. There's only 2 men I trust. One is me, the other is not you.
Brother.
Ryan.
I'm just going to take a guess out there. I'm going to say Gone in 60 Seconds.
That is incorrect, Ryan.
Woo!
Jay.
I'm going to say Matchstick Men.
That is incorrect,
Dang it.
Jay.
I was just guessing.
Brother.
Ryan.
The Rock.
Incorrect, Ryan.
I love Nicolas Cage movies. Woo!
Jay.
National Treasure.
Incorrect, Jay.
Brother.
Ryan.
Kick Ass.
Incorrect.
Woo!
Jay.
National Treasure 2.
Incorrect. You guys realize that I'm minusing out points for this, right?
Oh, no.
No.
All right, the correct answer was Con Air.
I was just going to
come
say
on, guys.
Con Air.
All right.
John, why didn't you jump in?
I knew it was Con Air.
All right. Next question. Who played the prostitute who captures the heart of Ben Sanderson in Leaving Las Vegas?
I don't remember.
Brother.
Ryan.
I'm taking a shot in the dark. I know it's a female. I know she's Caucasian. I'm going to say Meg Ryan.
That is incorrect, Ryan.
Woo!
Jay.
Let's go with Julia Roberts.
That's incorrect, Jay.
John, hit the next one.
Yep.
John.
It's Patricia Arquette.
That is incorrect, John. Doc, I'm going to be late for school.
Yep.
John.
Christopher Lloyd.
I'm not even going to take a point from you for that one.
Brother.
Ryan.
The actress from Back to the Future.
I don't know her name.
Correct.
Well, he didn't say. I had to say the name. That's the actress from that
The
plays
Boys.
Marty's love interest.
She was in The Boys.
I don't remember her
She
name.
was
I know
also
who you're
in
talking
Hollow Man.
Leah Thompson.
Incorrect, Ryan.
Oh, the other girl in the movie.
The correct
Elizabeth
The correct answer, shutting it off, was Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth
That was a shoe-in.
Yeah. All right. Next question. In which movie did Nick Cage win his first Oscar?
Brother.
Ryan.
Honeymoon in Vegas.
That is incorrect, Ryan. Well, can you fix your answer?
The movie when he's in Vegas with a honeymoon.
I'm going to take it.
Jumps out of a plane with
It's
Elvis.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Honeymoon
All
in
right.
Vegas starring Ashton Kutcher.
All right. What happens in Vegas?
Who's Honeymoon in Vegas? There's too many Vegas movies.
All right. Next question. Which of these Martin Scorsese movies did which of what is the question?
I don't know.
Nicolas Cage movie, Martin Scorsese directed it.
Gosh, I don't remember the title. I know what it is, though.
Brother.
Ryan.
The Departed.
No.
No.
You guys are just bound and determined to lose this game. All right. The correct answer was Bringing Out the Dead.
Yep.
All right. Next question. Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson were both married to the same woman. Who is that woman?
Yep.
John.
Is it Lisa Marie Presley?
It is Lisa Marie Presley. Good job.
Oh.
Wow. All right. Next question. What is the first movie that Nicolas Cage ever appeared in? Hint, he was not Nick Cage at this time.
Yep.
John.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
That is correct, John. Good job. And last, but certainly not least, what is Nick Cage's real name? And you will get a point for each of the 3 parts of the name you get correct.
Brother.
Ryan.
Henry Ray Trudeau.
Incorrect.
He's isn't he gosh. Yep.
John.
It's Nicholas Coppola or something like that, isn't it? He's a Coppola.
That is correct. So I'll just give you 2 points. His middle name is Kim.
Loser.
What is wrong with you?
All right. That's it for Nicolas Cage trivia.
All right, Jay.
All right, let's go with some Star Wars trivia. Unlike Michael, I have no hints. It's just chime in and say the answer. I've made this pretty kindergarten for Ryan so he could join.
I was waiting for all of this trivia is exclusively from the animated series that is above all others, The Clone Wars.
You have no idea how bad I wish. By the way, did you guys watch The Bad Batch?
No.
Series finale was this past week. Oh, it was so good. John, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Dude, it was incredible.
I was too busy watching Fallout.
I mean, if you guys want to watch a really good cartoon that is probably the best animated series ever made, go to Disney Plus, watch X-Men 97.
Oh, yeah. That's
fantastic.
My gosh,
it's so good.
It's so good. Yeah, agreed. Okay, question number 1. What is Baby Yoda's real name?
Yep.
John?
Grogu?
Grogu is correct.
I knew that. I just couldn't pull it.
I was waiting for people to chime in my ear here.
I was just thinking it was like a trick question.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Nope. I told you I made these pretty kindergarten.
No, you guys have said kindergarten before, and they are tough sometimes.
I don't think these are. Where did Obi-Wan take Luke Skywalker after he was born? Ah! Michael.
Tatooine.
Tatooine is correct.
Didn't they have to make a stop somewhere to get gas first?
Got to go fill up. That's why I want to watch Space Truckers so we can
They went to that restaurant, but they didn't order the soup. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Who was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan? Michael?
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka Tano is correct. Good job. What year did the first Star Wars movie come out?
I don't want to lose a
Yeah.
point. I got a good guess, but
Yeah, John.
1977.
It's like 90. Whoa. 1977 is correct. Good job, John. Lightsabers are powered by what type of crystal? Michael.
Kyber crystals.
Kyber crystal is correct. What color lightsaber does Luke Skywalker use in the movies? Michael.
He used a lot of them. Are you saying originally?
In the movies, he did use more than one.
Yes.
Can you name them?
Well, his original lightsaber was blue.
That's correct. Whose lightsaber did that belong to? Bonus question. Bonus point.
Yeah.
John?
Obi-Wan.
Wrong.
Yeah.
John?
Anakin Skywalker?
It was. It was Anakin's. The blue one was Anakin's, and he lost it after what happened, Mike?
When he got his hand cut off.
Boom. So then which did he go to after that?
The green one.
He built himself a green one. Good job.
Now,
Good job, guys.
Now, let's discuss it. Do we know the meanings behind the lightsabers? Jay, do you know the meanings behind the lightsabers?
Yeah, it's when Samuel L. Jackson says he wants to use a purple lightsaber. You give him a purple lightsaber.
Here's a factoid for you. I don't know if you know this or not, but the color lightsabers actually signifies the education path of a Jedi. If you have a blue lightsaber, you focused more on combat warrior style, and if you have a green lightsaber, you actually took a more educational force learning route, which is, if you think about it, guys like Qui-Gon had a green lightsaber, Yoda, green lightsaber, Obi-Wan, Anakin, blue lightsabers. It matches up. We don't know what the purple is, but it's cool.
When Samuel L. Jackson says he wants purple, by golly, you give him purple.
Are you done, Jay?
I'm done. That was all the questions.
All right. Let's tally the results here.
Add that up, Mongoose. I think I came out on top, so we'll just go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Well, I thought,
we all know.
I was tabulating, so I don't know how I'm going to cue a commercial.
We know.
But I'll do the results, and then we'll do a commercial. 1, 2, 3. All right. In first place, we have John with 8 points. In second place, we have Mike with 6 points. In third place, we have Jay with Ryan with -1 in third place, and Jay in last place with -3.
What a loser, Jay.
And on that note, commercial break.
Do you seek the attention and validation of your friends, potential lovers, and the general public? Well, I have the perfect solution for you. Official merch from Man-Child Chronicles store. With this merch, you will successfully find best friends, lovers, and the admiration of people whose opinions you should not care about. Want to feel loved? Then buy Man-Child Chronicles merch today at manchildchronicles.com. Man-Child merch does not actually help people like or love you. Man-Child merch is not responsible for personal or romantic relationships. See store for details. Not responsible for bear attacks.
All right, cronies. Tonight we are doing an SNL something from the 80s. We want to do best skits, and Jay suggested the 80s. We probably should have done 70s and 80s because the 80s were pretty bad for SNL, folks. So we're going to talk what we want to do here. Do we want to do a draft or a grade 8?
I'm leaning more towards grade 8 just because I don't have that many.
The grade 8 it is.
It's time to play The Great 8. Join the guys as they pick a topic, discuss, debate, then decide the best of the best. Get ready, because here we go.
And I say we just go in the order we go here, and I'll start it off. And I will start it off with the Great 8 with my favorite skit from the 80s, White Like Me, Eddie Murphy, where he disguises himself as a white man walking around New York City and just gets unbelievably free things, and all the way people are like, just take it. Just take it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Grade 8, we're supposed to go quick.
I'll go with Dana Carvey's church lady.
Wasn't that special?
Number 6. I'm going to take I've got a few sleepers here. I'm going to take a skit called The New Celibacy.
At number 5, I'm going to take Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder duet.
Number 4, Hans and Franz. Pump you up.
Number 3, I'll take Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Number 2, I'm going to take Bill Murray's Script in Development.
Dang, that leaves me with number 1, and there's a couple heavy hitters, and I don't want to leave them out, but we've already taken a lot of Eddie Murphy. I will take Wayne's World with Dana Carvey and Mike Myers.
Cool.
Big miss there. Big miss there. Should have kept with Eddie Murphy.
The
Should have went Buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
I was going to take him, but I'm like, I figured somebody was going to take him at number 1, so.
Yeah.
I didn't know Michael was going to take such obscure SNL skits, but I should have known better with Michael.
This is why I struggle with grade 8, guys. All right, so
I actually did my research, and these are 2 very funny bits.
They are very funny bits.
I am confident
I don't
in my
know if
picks.
they're top 8.
Well, when we get to yours, I need to figure out what that first one you took was. I think I know what it is, but all right. I started off with what did I start off with?
White
I
Like
started
Me.
White Like Me. I already explained it. It's Eddie Murphy dresses up as a white person, gets all kind of benefits. It is, if you've never watched it, it is absolutely. I think I showed it to you guys.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Number 7, I took Dana Carvey's church lady sketches. Very popular throughout the 80s, and very, very funny.
I was surprised they never made a movie out of that character.
Well, isn't that special?
Isn't that special? The first one that I took was The New Celibacy.
Was that Mike Myers?
No, it didn't actually have a lot of big names in it. But the setting is there's
Phil
2 couples.
Hartman's in it.
I don't know that he was, but maybe he was. There's 2 couples that are on a dinner date at one of their houses, and somehow the topic of intimacy comes up, and this couple says that they're celibate, and so the other couple asks oh, well, how did that come about? And at the same time, the couple says, oh, well, the other person said we should not do it. And then there's this awkward looking at each other. So they step away and go into the kitchen, and they're just kind of looking at each other what's going on? Because it's been some weird couple years or something like that. And the guy's you said you had a headache. And then the girl goes, yeah, but it went away. And then she goes, and you said you didn't like it. And he goes, I was talking about the roller skating. I didn't like going roller skating. And so then they have this epiphany that they misunderstood each other. So they go back out into the dinner date, and then every amount of conversation from there becomes super sensual. So they're talking about the potatoes, and they're like, the potatoes are just hot and moist, and they're coming out of their skin. And so like then it's like really awkward for the other couple, and it's just 5 minutes of hilarity. The New Celibacy, 1982. Check it out.
It's a good skit. I watched it yesterday. It's pretty funny. Number 5, I went with... What did I go with? Oh, the Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder duet. It stars Joe Piscopo and Eddie Murphy, and they're singing...
It's pronounced Pesci.
Piscopo.
Piscopo. Dude, and they're singing this song called Ebony and Ivory, and it's so funny. His Frank Sinatra is spot on, and he's like, I don't like that Ebony and Ivory. He's like, let's just call it out. You're black and I'm white. And I mean, Eddie Murphy just dominated the 80s SNL. It's so funny, but that song is hilarious. I definitely recommend you guys watch that.
Number 4, I took Hans and Franz, very popular 80s and into the early 90s, with Kevin Nealon and Dana Carvey wearing oversized sweatsuits with stuffing in them, lifting weights. A lot of special guests on there. The best was when Arnold Schwarzenegger was on there. But
aren't they playing Hans and Franz? Yes. Aren't they the cousin to Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
Hilarious.
John?
Oh, yeah. Number 3, I took Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, the good spinoff with Eddie Murphy from Mr. Oh, I can't even think of his name.
Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
What's wrong with you, John?
John's not into it today.
I also couldn't think of his name when you said that.
What's wrong
Great
with you?
spinoff. A lot of great sketches on that.
When he shows off the groceries in his home, and which were in fact stolen.
I thought about picking it, but I didn't know if I could.
Oh, why? I thought it was number 1. That was the number 1 skit in the 80s, in my opinion. Let me show you how I answer the door in my neighborhood. Who is it?
All right. The other one that I picked for number 2 was Script and Development. Fun bit. Bill Murray is sitting at a typewriter at the very front of the stage or the scene, and behind him, everything that he says that he's writing as a writer is happening. But he fixes stuff along the way, so then all these people in the background are having to change it up. And then he loops back around to read it again, and they have to go in super fast motion, and he's still messing stuff up and changing it like on the fly. Very entertaining, very funny. Just a really good, solid bit of almost improv comedy style, even though I'm sure it was scripted. But yeah, really, really good. Script and Development, Bill Murray.
At number 1, I went with Wayne's World, which made its debut in 1989. And so that was Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, turned into 2 movies. They do movie reviews on SNL, and it's hilarious to watch those guys. I love that they got movies out of those. The honorable number 1 is Buckwheat. And having Eddie Murphy play Buckwheat is hilarious. My favorite bit is when Buckwheat gets shot, and you got Ted Koppel opening the sketch and informing everyone. And then there's video of the shooting, and it's just shown repeatedly. It's hilarious.
Yes, very good. The only other mention I have is Toonces the driving cat. That was always hilarious back in the day as well.
Jay, what was the guy's name you just said earlier for my sketch?
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman had a really, really good one called Robot Repair.
Oh, yes.
Where it was actually like a sequential story, like, and at the end of this like couple weeks bit, the robot that Phil Hartman plays ends up killing somebody, and he's like on the run, and it's pretty funny. But that was a good one. And then there's another one that I almost picked in the list, but it was called Wrong Number Breakup. and somebody, it's Julia Louis-Dreyfus and another guy that I didn't initially recognize, but he calls and goes through this whole process of like breaking up with this chick, and then like halfway or 3/4 through the call, they realize that it was a wrong number, and now the guy's like, "Oh, I kind of want to date you," and it was kind of a fun deal. Only other honorable mention I had was there was a drill sergeant cold open where the drill sergeant was really terrible at being a drill sergeant, and he couldn't say anything like overly insulting. He couldn't think of it, so he'd be like, "This is the worst bunch of skinny, non-military bunch of people I've ever seen. I'm gonna start calling you the skinny non-military bunch." And he couldn't come up with insults, so but that was a cold open in '88, so that was a fun one too.
All right,
John, did you have? I have more. John, did you have more?
A few I found doing research I thought were pretty great was one called Police Wire with Danny DeVito.
Yes!
He was basically wearing a wire to get out of like tax fraud, and he's like with the mafia people, and the mafia people just keep like going to him and going like,
It's
"Hey,
Phil
remember when you
Hartman,
killed
John
that guy?"
Lovitz, and Dana Carvey.
They're like, "Hey, you remember when you killed that guy?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." "Hey, you remember when you stole all that money?" And like they just keep bringing up all his crimes, and then the big reason he's wearing the police wires to get them caught in the act for doing a crime, and it turns out they're doing charity work.
It was pretty funny.
So check that one out. Another one I really enjoyed was Superman Auditions. It was with Jim Belushi and Julie Louis.
Thank you, John. You watched the same ones I watched.
And that was just phenomenal. If you haven't
I think
seen
they
that
were
one.
all on the same. Was it one big playlist of 80s?
It probably
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Jim Belushi, like he literally was like, "All right, catch this bullet," and he starts shooting at them.
Real gun bullets at him.
He kills the one guy, and then Christopher Reeve just can't catch the bullet in his mouth. It's hilarious.
Then James Brown's Celebrity Hot Tub Party with Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
That was phenomenal. There was one with Tom Hanks and John Lovitz called The Stand-Ups, and it's basically just like Seinfeld talking to each other.
Did you guys watch The Eggshell Family with Martin Short, Kevin Nealon, and Steve Martin? Hilarious.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I thought that was so funny, but he literally, like, they're all just so nervous, and Steve Martin is just, like, you have to just walk on eggshells, and he comes down, and the mom, they're scared to tell him that someone's on the phone. They're just scared to tell their dad. They're like, the mom's like, you know how stressed your dad can get?
Then he goes to answer, "Oh, he hung up."
Yeah. Oh, he hung up. Woo! It's so funny. What's funny about that is watching Steve Martin and Martin Short interact so long ago, and just because it's like 1982 or something, and it's just crazy because I love those two together.
And then Martin Short had another really good one called The Contestant with Wheel of
Mr.
Fortune.
Grimley or whatever, Ed Grimley or whatever his name was.
And then I don't know if you guys saw the Robin Williams Proud Dad one. That's the last one I'll talk about.
I did.
That one was pretty great.
I figured it'd be too emotional.
Those
John,
were the
you
ones
nailed.
I really enjoyed.
John, you nailed all of mine. The other two I'll shout out was Tom Hanks, Mr. Nice Guy. His opening monologue in 1988 is hilarious. And then I don't know if you guys watched Lord and Lady Douchebag. It's like a Renaissance party, like back in like the 1700s, and so Eddie Murphy announces people as they walk in, and it's like all these people are in. It's how the inventions came. So they're at Lord and Lady Salisbury house, and everyone's eating these Salisbury steaks, and then Bill Murray shows up, and they're like, "Oh, Lord and Lady Sandwich are here. Sandwich. What are you working on?" He's like, "I'm working on something pretty important here. And so it's just funny because it's there on, it's, you know, because obviously he's working on the sandwich, but then they announce Lord and Lady Douchebag. And the whole time, then everyone's just walking up like, Lord Douchebag, how's it going, Lord Douchebag? And they just keep calling him the whole, they're like, what are you working on? He's like, well, maybe I'll tell you after we get done eating. And they're like, did your wife, did Lady Douchebag inspire you at all, Lord Douchebag? He's like, she's the whole reason I did it. I mean, it's hilarious. Very funny sketch.
All right.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to say before we leave?
It's good seeing you guys.
See you guys next month.
That's better.
Until next time, peace. We out of here.
Thanks for joining us today on the Man-Child Chronicles. You can find us on your favorite social media platforms at the Man-Child Chronicles. Don't forget to join us every Friday for a new episode. That's all for now. See you next time.